Hello!
Hi, everybody.
Wow. This is really cool. So we've got two videos going up. We have on the top, we have Facebook, and then we've got Instagram here. Thank you guys so much for joining us on our Facebook Live.
Yes, so I don't know if many of you know, Bertrude and I are roommates, so we are quarantined together.
Yeah, actually, fun fact, we've been roommates since 2009. So that's been 11 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A long time.
So it's really wild, right? You're quarantined doing work from your living room. This is actually a sneak peek into our lives. This is actually where we work every day, since now we are not able to go inside of the P4H office. So the purpose of this Instagram and Facebook Live is for us to give you guys, number one, an update on how Haiti is doing, how our staff is doing, but then number two, to share with you guys our strategy, our priorities during this really challenging time in our lives. So we will go ahead and we'll start with an update on how our staff is doing and how Cap Haitian is doing.
So, as many of you know, on March 19th, it was announced that in Haiti there were 2 confirmed cases of COVID-19. The government acted very quickly. I mean, from the moment they announced it, about a few hours later, they had closed the borders, closed the airports, all of that.
And let me make it clear, we were so thankful that the Haitian government was so direct, and they, I mean, as Priscilla mentioned, a matter of hours, the entire nation shut down. I'm talking about airports shut down, ports closed, all frontiers closed. Within a matter of hours, everything is closed. And we, oh my goodness, love you too, Melody. Oh my goodness.
Hi,
Such great people. Stan, Adam, love you guys so much. So, as we were saying, within a matter of hours, everything in Haiti was shut down. The president came on and he said, you know what, y'all? We found our first 2 cases. We are no longer going to allow anybody to exit or enter. And for us, we are super proud of the Haitian government for doing this. But then in our back of our minds, we're like, whoa, we know we need to get back to the United States. But they just shut down the entire nation for at least 30 days. Which was incredibly wild.
Yeah, it was a bit jarring for us. We were like, okay, we're in a safe place.
Yeah, safe.
We're fine.
Yes.
There were some people that were like on the internet, like freaking out, but there was really no need to freak out.
Specifically, they made groups. There was a group that was made that was like
Americans trapped in Haiti.
Americans trapped in Haiti. We're like, guys, come on, like let's stop being so dramatic. But thank God we were able to come back to the United States because we knew that we could best serve P4H while we're here inside of the United States.
Yeah, but so that was announced on Thursday, the Haitian government doing that. What ended up happening was on Friday, we called an emergency meeting with the entire staff. The staff was training in different locations at the time. Around the north, and we were training public schools at the time. So we asked everyone to come together for an emergency meeting. And at that emergency meeting, I mean, we announced to them that our biggest heart is to protect them and to protect the teachers that we're working with. And so we put a postponement on our schedule, and we just started to make a game plan for what was going to happen.
Granted, that meeting has to be one of the most emotional meetings that we had at nonprofit. Like, we were just sitting there in the room full of incredible trainers, and we'll tell you guys what the game plan was with them, but we were just like crying. We're like, you know, when you get to a place where, yes, you can have trust in God, yes, there is an element where we know that this doesn't take God by surprise, and he's sovereign over it, but there is a humanity in you that it's just this natural emotion of you don't know what the future holds. Not only that, but these people that you love so dearly, you're not able to see them for you don't know how long. And so we prayed a bit, and we were just able to be there for each other during that really emotional time. So as a whole, the P4H staff, they're doing well. Nobody has the virus so far that we know. We have a couple of scares, like we had our awesome department head, We Snow, who got pretty sick. Sheeta, she got pretty sick, but we're still trying to figure out what exactly it is, but we are not under the impression it's coronavirus. Everybody physically is doing well for our staff in Haiti. Emotionally,
it's tough. Yes, it's been really tough. We actually we're on the phone constantly with Haiti, with the staff right now, and I just got off the phone with the director of education, Fearens, and just kind of talking to him about how everything's going today. And I mean, everyone is really, really concerned. I think the realities of the Haitian medical system is that, you know, there's not a lot of ICU beds available at all in the country. It is a big concern for the staff.
To be more specific, Paul Farmer, who is one of the leading international doctors that work with Haiti, he said that there are less than 30 ICU beds for the entire nation of Haiti. Less than 30 ICU beds. And so naturally you're thinking, our staff are like, whoa, less than 30 beds? What happens if we get sick or our family members get sick, and our family members who already struggle with asthma or things like that? Oh, love you guys so much. Look at these great comments. So yes, our staff emotionally, they're struggling during this time to really balance faith in God and in that humanity that sets in. It's like, we don't have control of the future.
Right.
Chris, how's Cap Haitian doing?
Cap Haitian, so everyone in Cap Haitian is, at least for the most part, really following the guidelines of staying at home. I think overall, everyone is doing well. The staff is doing well. The announcements of Corona, there are no confirmed cases of Corona in the North Department. So that's always good news to hear.
Definitely. And I mean, we will say an unbiased view of what's happening in Cap Haitian. There are a lot less people in the streets in Cap Haitian. However, there are still people in the streets.
Right.
People, they have a word in Haitian Creole called dégager, which means do what you have to do to survive. Imagine not having a salary for the upcoming days, and you have to do what you have to do in order to provide for your family. And so you still see people on the streets. You still see people that are engaging with things that are not social distancing. We have people that are trying to get outside jobs, like teachers that would work with us. And since schools are shut, they're trying to get other jobs, like selling stuff on the side of the street. And so we definitely know that we've got to do our part in making sure that the message gets out there. Yes, there are less people on the street, but there needs to be a lot less people within Cap Haitian. And so that is the summary of how we're all doing. Physically doing well. No confirmed cases in Cap Haitian. Currently, there are
15 confirmed cases in all of Haiti, mainly focused in the departments of the Artibonite Department, the Central Department, the West, and then the Southeast Department have confirmed cases of coronavirus.
Definitely. So that gives us a little bit of breathing room. However, interestingly enough, the first guy that got coronavirus, he was actually in the North Department. So we're trying to see what impacts that has had within our team. So here's why we're here. What are P4H's priorities? Thank you, Eve, so much. We love you incredibly. What are P4H's priorities? We've got 2 priorities during this time, and we are putting the full weight of P4H, this organization, behind these priorities. The first priority is really directly tied to the coronavirus, and it is the safety and well-being of the educators that we have within our circles, the teachers, the students, and then also for us, most importantly, the P4H staff. And so with that, having that as a priority, the safety of the P4H staff and all of the individuals that are in our networks, we did something that we have never done before in the history of P4H. We indefinitely postponed all of our in-person trainings, and that was a blow for us. Number two, we shut down officially the P4H office. We do have some a small amount of staff that are going in and out to get stuff done and to grab things from the office. But officially, the P4H office is shut down. And we know that even though this is incredibly emotional for us, this is going to make P4H better in the long run.
That's right. We really want to make sure that we are prioritizing the health of the staff, because they are the biggest resource that we have, and we love them and care for them so much that we do not want to be putting them in harm's way during this time, especially as they're, managing the stress of, what's happening. So we are definitely wanting to make sure that they are protected during this time.
Definitely. And so that's the first priority, which is the safety and the well-being of our staff and individuals within our network. In addition to that, one of the biggest things that we're doing right now, we have a huge network of teachers within P4H. I think that's probably one of the biggest strengths of P4H, where we have a group called Communauté Professeur Haïtien, and that's a Facebook group. If you're a Haitian teacher, si ou c'est un professeur haïtien pi wap gade video sa konya, asye ke ou entre sou groupe Facebook nou, ki se Communauté Professeur Haïtien. If you're a Haitian teacher, Adam, love you so much. If you are a Haitian teacher and you are watching this, go into the Facebook group that we have for Haitian teachers. You don't need to be within P4H's network to be there. That's the first thing. The second thing, we have WhatsApp groups where we have well over 1,000 teachers across the entire nation.
Right.
All 10 of Haiti's 10 departments are represented from our WhatsApp groups. And we are using our strength, which is our network of teachers, in order for us to spread out knowledge and understanding of COVID-19.
Yes, and just so where it's hard to come by some of this information, the news stations, all of it is through radio, and sometimes through WhatsApp. There's a lot of false information that's being sent out. So we want to make sure that the information that we're sending out is solid, is from reputable sources, and we're connecting with some of our partner organizations as well. Hope for Haiti has been so amazing, and even sending us some of the images that they're using so that we can also spread it through art networks to make sure that the people that we're connecting with have solid information to work with.
Definitely. So then again, in summary, the first priority for P4H is the well-being of our staff, our teachers, and all the Haitians that are within our networks. So we've shut down our office, postponed all of our trainings, and we are heavily involved on our virtual communities. Right. The second priority for P4H is...
Oh, you can step more this way on the side.
Okay. Hello, world. Hello, all you cool cats and kittens. For all of you guys who might be watching
Tiger King.
It is wild, guys. That is wild. Okay, back to what we were saying. It's the advancement of our mission, which is improving the quality of education within Haiti. Now, this is really cool. This is so cool. Some of the things that we are kind of exploring and playing around with in order for us to continue to improve the quality of education from afar. Number one, we're working with directors. Number two, we are working with teachers. Number three, we're going to actually be working with students, distant learning. Let's talk about the directors. With directors, one of our main focuses is ensuring that our directors, they know exactly what they're going to do when school is back in session. Because get this, schools in Haiti have been shut September to December. Schools in Haiti were shut down. That means that this idea of schools in Haiti being shut down right now, it's not new. Basically, oh my goodness, this entire school year, essentially, students haven't been able to learn. I mean, it blows our minds, the things that some of our directors are dealing with. These directors are coming to us saying, what in the world are we going to do? We've been shut down since September. So what we've decided to do as a nonprofit, limitation of resources breeds innovation. It's true,
That's
Adam.
true.
Limitation of resources breeds innovation. So what exactly are we going to do? With the directors, we are planning to have a school recovery plan for every single one of our directors. We are going to be looking at things like pedagogy. How is it that we can continue to strengthen our pedagogy? What are we going to do with our curriculum?
Yes.
What are we going to do with classroom management? What are we going to do with the rules and the suggestions that the Ministry of Education has given us? How are we going to move forward with this struggle?
Even for directors, I mean, it's a big weight on their shoulders because they're having to really care for the emotional weight of their teachers as well. So how are directors going to be helping their teachers adjust back to, having to move through the curriculum faster? So we're definitely wanting to make sure that we're supporting the directors during this time.
Definitely. Sedona, we love you too, my girl. So with director care, that is going to be something that is really going to help teachers, and there's going to be a deliverable with that. School directors, we are going to develop for each director a plan that is going to help them when school starts up again. And one of the biggest things is, even if we are just an ear and a soundboard to kind of bounce things off of, and then not only that, but now with our new really strong connection with the Ministry of Education, specifically with the National Minister of Education in Haiti. He's been sharing with us kind of updates on what's going on with the ministry. And our goal is to make sure that our directors are the first ones that are getting this information. So number one, working with the directors. Number two, we are working with the teachers.
Yes, so our staff is still engaging with teachers at this time, is still supporting teachers during this time. We want to make sure that the teachers, one, feel emotionally supported by the staff during this time where it's a lot of question marks are happening. So our staff is actively engaging with teachers through our established WhatsApp groups. These are our virtual professional learning communities that have already been established with hundreds of teachers throughout the entire country of Haiti. Our staff is still working tirelessly to meet their needs, to share information with them, to make sure they understand just what's going on in the country, how this affects them as teachers, how they can support those teachers as well.
Not only that, but every single teacher within our networks are going to, Sheeta, we love you so much, our sweet friend. We have some of the P4H staff, they're chiming in and writing us as well. Okay, every single teacher within our networks, although there are quite a few of them, they're going to be receiving phone calls from P4H so that we can, number one, be there emotionally for them. Say, hey, are there anything that we could be praying for you about? Is there anything that we should know? How are you doing? Is there anything that you want us to help you think through? But then also, we are going to have, at this point, it's a very small fund. So if you want to chip in, doors are open. We are going to have a fund where teachers who are wanting to call all of their students and reorient them, we're going to be able to, from a distance, put in a specific amount of minutes on their phone so that they're able to call the students. We're going to be encouraging our teachers to still teach their students via WhatsApp, make WhatsApp messages, and we will help them in spreading the WhatsApp messages to the parents and to the communities in collaboration with the directors. So we know that at this point, not everybody has access to technology. We know that. But last week, actually, Minister Cadet, he sent us a message of what he was pushing forward. And what it was is he said, even though most teachers in Haiti or most students might not have access to internet, we can't let this opportunity pass. For those students who have access to internet, have access to technology, we want to still engage them. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to be helping our teachers to engage those students.
Of course, we're wanting to also meet the needs of those that don't have access to internet, but in the meantime, we are going to be making sure that we're helping teachers craft those messages, helping them create those ways to connect with students, even if they're not in the classroom, which, you know, comparatively speaking, we're looking at the same thing happening with teachers here that are having to innovate. And we're really wanting to support teachers in Haiti that are having to do the same thing.
Definitely. Oh my goodness. The glow up, y'all. The sun is just hitting gloriously, okay? Look at that. Let's keep on moving forward. And the last group of people that we are working with are actually the students, guys. This is really exciting for us because we have primarily focused on teachers and school directors, but now we are going to be working with students as well. Granted, with all of these, it's from a distant, and we are not doing face-to-face, but it is going to be from a distant. What exactly are we doing with the students? Let me tell you. We are going to be experimenting with a children's program, a children's radio program. See, we with P4H, we used to do a radio program, and we had a good amount of listeners, but as P4H was growing with teacher training, we actually stopped it because we needed more resources within teacher training, and we needed more resources to get more trainers on board. However, now that we have kind of paused with the in-person teacher training, we are able to go back into kind of what was working really well, which is our program. So we are still working out the kinks of this radio program, but this month we are going to be releasing a radio program where different days we're going to be focusing on different subjects. One day we could be focusing on history. Another day we could be focusing on language, French, Haitian Creole. Another day we could be focusing on the sciences. And so we're going to have a plan for every week what programs we're going to be focusing on. Now, specifically with this, we know that we can't be all things for all people. And so we are going to look at troisième cycle. That's probably what we're going to be looking at. And that is around the 5th, 6th, 7th grade within Haiti. And we're strategically looking at the area where most students drop out. Because don't forget, 60% of Haitian students, they drop out before they reach the 6th grade. And so we said, you know what? If we're going to be doing this radio program, why don't we focus it in on the area that the students need the most help on? We know that because of lack of resources and because of infrastructural things, this program isn't going to be like Mr. Rogers, although that is our inspiration. We're bringing Mr. Rogers to Haiti. Okay. It's not going to be produced like that, but you can be very much guaranteed in knowing that it's going to be such a quality program because, interestingly enough, within P4H, we recruited some of the best educators in Haiti. Some educators that used to be the directors of pedagogy. We have educators who have received master's degrees within specifically pedagogy. We are going to really put the full weight of our nonprofit of P4H into making this quality program.
Yeah, and just like Adam mentioned, I mean, really limited resources is breeding innovation. We are wanting to work with what's available, what most people have access to, which is the radio. Most students will have access to radio, so we want to be innovating and reaching those that we can reach. So please be praying with us, and if you guys have any expertise in information through radio, connect with us because we would love to hear your thoughts. We're doing a lot of reading, a lot of research, and working with people who have experience in that. But we would love to speak with you if you have some experience in that.
Definitely, and in this moment, I can see how this is working out for our good because I have never been in touch with so many educational organizations in Haiti. Like just this morning was talking with USAID, their education team. I'm working with some of like the biggest players within Haiti, within Haiti's educational team. And it's kind of really, really cool that some of these organizations are looking to P4H during this time. Okay, P4H, what are you guys doing with teacher training? What are you guys doing to reach your teachers? What are you guys seeing on the ground in Haiti? It's really, really cool that during this really challenging time, some of these larger, big players within Haiti, in Haiti's educational system, are banding together with us, and we're able to move forward.
Yeah, so let's do a recap. What are our priorities? First, the safety of our staff and of the teachers and the well-being of them as well is our number one priority. Number two priority
is for us to continue forward with our mission of improving the quality of education in Haiti. So how is it that we're improving the quality of education in Haiti, Pris?
We are continuing working with our teachers through virtual WhatsApp groups that we have. We are connecting with directors to make school recovery plans for when we are back and when the teachers are back in school. And then also we are wanting to reach out to students through a radio program in the North Department and hopefully spread that through the country.
Before we go forward, we're getting some questions. So we're going to pause and get some questions. One question that we just had: amidst such uncertainty, what's the most exciting thing you're looking forward to during the season? Ooh, that's a great question.
Wow.
Pris?
I think just the innovations and the new things that are going to be coming out of P4H and through the Haiti staff, and seeing them innovate and lead new things. I think that's going to be probably the most exciting thing during this season. Even though there's a lot of uncertainty and question marks, I think we're holding on to hope, holding on to the Lord during this time, and allowing Him to guide the way. So that's kind of exciting to see what happens in the next few weeks, in the next month.
Yeah, for me, that's a great question. Man, I was talking with a really dear friend of mine's, Heather. She runs an organization. She's from Canada, an educational organization, incredible, Live Different, in Cap Haitian. And she was telling me how during this time, us as humans, we're kind of like tea bags. I'm like, what are you talking about? We're tea bags. She said, when we're put in hot water, it's during those times we see what we're made of. I'm like, ooh, goosebumps. Like, we are tea bags. P4H, in this moment, we are a tea bag. And that's not in that way, but I have been communicating that even to our staff as they're working virtually during this time. So we're going to see what type of leader we are. And I'm most excited about the transformation that's going to be happening right here in our hearts, because I've already seen, like, even my leadership, it's been challenged. Like, how is it that, you know, Brene Brown, she's all talking about like vulnerability and all this stuff. Yay, Brene. But how can you strike that balance between being vulnerable and telling the staff, like, yeah, you know, there are some times where I just cry because I feel the nervousness, but then also being that strength that you know that you should be and that you are, and sharing the fact that, no, honestly, even though I have freak out seconds, deep down, like, I know that God is in control. He is sovereign. And you know, more than that, this is going to work out for the best of P4H. Like, this is going to work out for the good of me, Priscilla, all of the staff in the United States who have been so incredible. So for me, I'm most excited about what this is doing for us, because I know that COVID-19, it's going to end. Okay? COVID, it's going to end. When it ends, what is it what character are we going to have? And that's what I'm most excited about, of seeing how this is going to make me really stand strong with our team and become better. That's an awesome analogy.
Before we move on to the next question, I was having a conversation with Cam Outlaw. Cam, shout out, hey, what's up? And so we were just talking about just the changes that's going to happen as an organization. And we're going to look at this time and be like, there was BC before COVID, and then after COVID. And I think that the reality is the organization's going to evolve. We're going to experiment in new different ways, and we are going to grow. So I think that that's something that we can look forward to in the future, despite uncertainty, is that there's going to be growth, there's going to be change, and God is going to lead us through it.
Definitely. So Sedona, one of my life heroes, she just asked a great question. How can we be praying for P4H during this time? Woo! Here's the thing. Such a beautiful question. We as a nonprofit, we are really trusting in God during this time. And not only that, we have the best CFO in the world, who is Joshua Bastion, one of the best of the best. And he has enabled us to really just be fiscally responsible. So a blow like this isn't immediately like striking and unfolding P4H, just because we've been really faithful with the funds and we've just been managing things really well. But as I look into the future, man, we know that if economists are saying America's going to be hit with something that was worse than the Great Depression, naturally this is going to impact P4H. And one of the things mentally that I've been just really fighting with and making sure that this doesn't consume me, because this I feel like is more dangerous than the coronavirus for me. Yeah. The idea of what if this great vision, it's going to be thwarted by finances. And so I know that this vision, it is not P4H's vision. My pastor, I love him a lot. My pastor, he was preaching and he said, you know, as you're praying for justice during this time, realize that justice, it's not about you. It's not, oh Lord, rise up Haiti because I want it. It's, oh Lord, rise up Haiti because you want it. Oh Lord, protect P4H because you want it. Oh Lord, make P4H's path straight because you've set it out, because this is justice and you are for justice. And so that has really been my prayer during this time. And how can we be praying for P4H? Number one, just to be completely real, pray for our finances. Yeah. Pray that as the blow of this of this season comes, it doesn't thwart our plans. You know, we've got P4H advocates, which we want to invite every single one of you to join. Some of our advocates are given $5 a month, some $50, some more, significantly more. But we know that our advocates aren't giving because they're millionaires and billionaires. They're giving because they're faithful with their funds, and they say, P4H, we believe in you. Here you go, P4H. In my faithfulness, I'm going to give you. And so as we're praying, we want to make sure that we're praying specifically for our donors and everybody in America, but the donors, Lord, would you protect them to make sure that, man, this doesn't affect their finances, because their faithfulness and their finances fuels us as a nonprofit. Right. So number one, praying for our finances. Number two, our emotions.
Yes, I think that one of the biggest things and heaviness that's on our hearts, or just even for just the uncertainty of the things that are happening in Haiti right now. I mean, there's a lot of question marks. There's a lot of uneasiness. There's fear. And I think that one of the hardest parts for us was actually leaving Haiti when we left last week, because we just knew that there was a lot of uneasiness with our staff. And I think that's probably one of the hardest things that we have as an organization right now, is really managing our worry and wanting to make sure that our staff is okay. So please pray for the Haiti staff. Please pray for their safety, their health, that they would be protected, that their families would be protected. Please be praying for the teachers that we're working with, that they would not be as affected. I mean, there's just a lot that's going on, and a lot of question marks. And there's things that we do here in the States that they're unable to do, like stock up refrigerators and stay inside for long periods of time. That's just not a reality. So I think that if you guys could be praying for the staff, praying for their family and protection, would be absolutely amazing. Yeah. Awesome. Any more questions? Gonna look through and see if there's any more questions.
Oh, we had a comment. Keep your social distancing, guys. Well, thank you so much for that. And you're definitely right. Priscilla and I were actually roommates.
So we've been quarantined together.
Definitely, and we haven't left the house since we got back last week. So
we've been quarantined. No worries. I've heard someone talk about a bubble and making sure the people in your house are the bubble. We are the bubble.
Definitely. So a great question from Emma. Can you touch on the relief to development model and where you think we are? Oh, that is a great question.
Good question.
So within P4H, we always talk about sustainable development, right? We talk about how like the UN said, sustainable development is meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. Basically, helping today without crippling tomorrow. That's good.
Wow, nice.
That's good. Write that one down. So when we look at development and we're trying to understand development for Haiti during the season, it is 100% clear this is a relief stage. Although although Haiti hasn't been struck with the full weight of the coronavirus, it's very clear that life or death depends on the immediate response of Haitians and the international world. And so during these times, you won't hear P4H talking about, make sure that you're training this person up, make sure that you're focusing on development, stop giving handouts. Quite literally at this time, every single nation, the United States, is needing handouts. Like, even if you want to call them handouts, one of the people that inspires me a lot, Jackie Anderson, she is incredible. Right now she's actually sewing up like masks that will cover up the masks for
the N95 masks. Yes, she's sewing. She and her sister, and she's recruited other people to help sew so that they could pass these out to hospital workers, which is absolutely amazing and so needed right now.
Definitely. And so relief stage, yes, we are needing to do that. You're going to see in the upcoming months, we're going to be needing to move into food and other types of things, although we'll always advocate buy the food from Haiti. Okay. We are moving into this relief stage, and we definitely understand that as the blow of the coronavirus ends and we get all over that hump, that bell curve within Haiti, we're going to be moving into more of rehabilitation and more into development. So what does that mean? What does that look like? After this stage of like giving masks, giving food, giving coverage, giving all these different types of support for the Haitian people, we're going to be moving into, okay, now how do we, oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, I'm not wearing professional pants, but look, fix systems, not symptoms. What does that mean? That means that we're going to be looking at how do we fix the educational system so that if something like this, a pandemic happens again, we don't lose an entire year. How do we fix our healthcare system so that we don't just have 30 ICU beds for an entire nation of 12 plus million people? How is it that we're able to fix these systems so that when something comes and hits the nation, we're not in absolute destruction?
Right. There's so much studies that are happening about resilience and building up resilience in communities because disasters happen, because so much uncertainty happens. So I think looking into the future, it's how can we better prepare so this shock and things and scrambling doesn't happen in the future. So definitely agree with what Bertrude is saying. We are in relief stage. I think in Haiti, we're preparing for that. Nonprofits across the board are preparing for what's to come, because right now, Haiti has not been hit as hard as the U.S. is right now. But of course, we don't know what's coming in the future. And so everybody is kind of like ready to move when need be.
Definitely. There was another beautiful question from Sedona. Also, during this huge learning opportunity, what is your best advice for nonprofits to serve our communities well? What a beautiful question. I know Sedona, she works with Created, that's in Gainesville, a beautiful, strong organization that's fighting against human trafficking. specifically North Central Florida, and probably one of my favorite nonprofits just because of how they communicate and where they stand. I think the number one advice that we have been taking for ourselves is communication.
That's right.
Communicate, overly communicate. There was one, I think it was an HBR, a Harvard Business Review article that I was reading that was talking about how some people say, okay, on a weekly basis. And they're saying, no, on a daily basis. Communicate with your staff, communicate with people within your networks, communicate, overly communicate. Because during these times, number one, communication will be the lifeline of the organization. But then number two, communication is going to help when people are socially distancing and they feel like, I think that mental struggle, mental illness during this time is going to really skyrocket. I've seen it in my life, the anxiety of that sort. And so when you're communicating and people feel as if they're knowing something, there is something that they can control with that knowledge, that helps tremendously.
Yeah, I love the analogy of keeping your ear to the ground. I really don't know where it comes from, but I love it because I think that's what we as nonprofits have to be doing right now, is having our ears to the ground, understanding where our community, what they're feeling, what they're struggling with. And then on top of that, not just listening, but being ready to adapt. And I think adaptability is going to be huge for nonprofits during this season. And I'm really, again, excited to see what happens and how people adapt, because it's a new challenge. All of us are kind of like, well, what do we do? And we're having to move and be flexible. And so I think that's going to be a huge resource for nonprofits if they're keeping their ear to the ground and they're ready to adapt.
Definitely. That's actually a great point, Chris. That's actually one thing that has been repeated to Priscilla and I over and over again. Okay, how's P4H changing their structure? How are you going to still be reaching the teachers that need to be reached? Adaptability is crucial during this time. And then also flexibility, doing things that we've never done before and being okay. Oh man, we've got a guy on board. His name is Scott. He is our economist on board. He's finishing up or in the middle of his PhD for economics. He's brilliant. Mm-hmm. And I'll just be completely transparent with you guys. This idea of the radio show that P4H is doing, at first I wasn't for it. I was like, guys, P4H is not going to put our name on anything that's not excellent, anything that I don't feel as if it's like the best of the best. Everybody in Haiti wants it, needs it, sees it. I refuse to put my name on anything that's not like incredible. And he said, Bertrude, oh, it was so beautiful. Scott, I kiss your brain. It was so incredible. What did Scott tell us?
Scott was just sharing with us different research of like, hey, we should really think about doing radio programs right now. Internet isn't super accessible in Haiti. Radio is. Let's be thinking about how we can adapt this to the context in Haiti. Shared a whole bunch of research. It's so brilliant.
But specifically what really got me, he said, here's the thing. If a house was burning down and a mother had to take their children and throw them into the pool to make sure that things weren't, or like the child was alive, during that emergency time frame, nobody's going to look at the mother and say, oh, nitpick, oh, you did this, you should have done this, you should have done this.
You should have thrown in this particular way.
Yeah, you should do, well, why didn't you use this type of safety net? Like, no, it's going to be, what did you do? Did you act? Like, what was your response during this time? And there is going to be a celebration of actually trying something and doing something. And I want to challenge all nonprofits at this time, even though we might be having to change the way that we do things. I think every nonprofit has a responsibility to respond to COVID in some type of way, even if it's increasing your presence online, even if it's increasing your connection to people, calling them on the phone. Every single nonprofit has a responsibility to respond to COVID and to kind of even experiment with things, even though they might not be excellent to your standard.
Yeah, we're all adapting right now. We're all adapting. I want to say hi to Jem. Love you so much. Saw you on Sunday on Greenhouse Live. You're wonderful.
Wonderful. I also, as we're taking more questions, if you have questions, please make sure that you send them. I do want to give a huge shout out to the U.S. staff. We've got an incredible staff here in the United States. We've got Kayla, who is the administrative director. She's been, just absolutely crushing the game with us. She was actually in Haiti with us when the borders closed. And it was just so delightful to be with her, because it wasn't a matter of freaking out, but it was a matter of, okay, how do we navigate this? And she's just been administratively crushing the game. Kayla Rosas, we love you. You're incredible. Also, we want to give a shout out to Cam, who's been just so flexible. So get this, we have impact trips, and we had impact trips that were planned. Oh, there's an announcement that's coming about the impact trips. Let's just say that we have to be flexible with how we do things. And Cam has just been incredibly flexible and just an incredible leader during this time. And then we have our U.S. staff, which we mentioned already. Scott, and we mentioned already Josh, but then we also have Victoria, who's our program manager, and she is program director. She has just been facilitating things so excellently. We also have our incredible Amanda DiLorenzo, who's actually going to be Dr. DiLorenzo. Yes. There are quite a few doctors on the team.
DiLorenzo
Garcia. And she is a qualified expert counselor, getting her PhD also within counseling. And she's helping us develop mental health tips for our staff, mental health tips for our networks of teachers. She's just really put her full weight behind supporting us, and even specifically supporting Priscilla and I emotionally and mentally during this, I think, probably the biggest challenge during P4H's existence.
And then we have Wid, who is our impact trip coordinator, who is absolutely amazing, and we love him so much. And again, helping us think through how do we adapt again? How do we adapt in our impact trips during this time?
Definitely. And then also Wid brings in that Haitian American viewpoint and Haitian American perspective to make sure that we're grounded in our context and grounded in the things that we're doing.
Yes, and of course we can't stop shouting out our board of directors, who has been so amazing. And we met 2 weeks ago, immediately after things were being announced in Haiti. We were meeting with the board of directors, and they are absolutely amazing. So we're thankful for them.
Specifically, I do want to shout out Adam Greenfield. He's the pastor of New Covenant Church out in Pompano. He has been probably one of the best leaders that P4H has ever had. During this time, he helped navigate us when we were in Haiti, knowing that we had to come to the United States, and there was no way out because the borders, with reason, they were shut. The Haitian government wasn't playing with nobody. Nobody's going in, nobody's going out. End of story. That impacted us. And so Adam helped us navigate through that, and still on a almost daily basis, definitely weekly basis, he's helping us navigate during these really, really challenging times and leading our incredible board of directors very well.
Yes. So we had another question, thoughts about the Summer Teacher Institute. So yes, as many of you know, we have our EPDC, our Educator Professional Development Conference in Haiti. Right now, that is scheduled for August. Again, there's a lot of uncertainty that's happening right now, and we do not know what August is going to look like for Haiti, let alone the United States. And we are kind of in a holding pattern right now with all of our schedule for the summer.
By this month, we are going to make official declaration of all of our trips. I think it's pretty clear, without me slipping nothing, it's pretty clear that we are going to be canceling trips. The question is which ones and at what time. So we're definitely going to be communicating that to you all. This is just a time that more than ever, we need you guys. We need your collaboration. We need you guys to be standing with us, behind us, before us, because this is a challenging time.
Yeah. Again, if you all are interested in how, like you're wondering, how can we partner with you guys during this time? We really encourage you guys to become monthly advocates, to subscribe to our newsletter so that you're keeping up with information. So yeah.
Definitely. So we are going to wrap up this time. Oh, Mike, I see that you said you messaged me. I will get to that. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this time.
Facebook slip up, sorry.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this time. And I want to wrap up with a little encouragement to you guys. This is my encouragement to you guys. This too shall pass.
Amen.
You hear what I'm saying?
Amen.
This too shall pass. And we are going to be better because of it. We are going to be stronger because of it. I was listening to a sermon by just one of the most powerful Haitian American pastors, period, Isaac Frere. He's a pastor of the Font down here in South Florida. And he was talking about how the journey is really, really important, right? This journey, it's not when God is taking us through this really intense journey. Oftentimes we could be really, really afraid, but we got to look back and see where he's taking us from and look towards where he's taking us to. So at the same time, I do want to encourage you guys, whether you're in a nonprofit, whether you're not in a nonprofit, everybody within P4H networks, ensure that you hold onto your faith during this time. This is going to be really rocky, really difficult, but this too shall pass, and we are going to be stronger. We are going to be better because of it. But the key behind all of this is leaning into this moment and seeing how this is going to make us better. For me specifically, although I do struggle with these passing thoughts that come, and sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy because I'm like, no, we've worked so hard for this vision, for this dream. It can't end with the virus. It's not going to end. You know what? I'm going to laugh at that. That's not going to end. It's just a matter of pressing into it and seeing the perception of how can I ensure that I'm looking at this virus like, because this virus happened, P4H is better. Because this virus happened, we are best equipped to end economic poverty in Haiti and to transform Haiti's educational system. That's exactly how we're going to be pressing into this.
That's right. Yes. And we want to encourage you guys, please stay connected to your communities. If you're past Impact Trip member, reach out to your past Impact Trip member. If you just went on Impact Trips to Haiti and to Nicaragua, stay connected. Don't forget to reach out. Those bonds that you created don't just end in those countries. They continue on here in America as well. So stay connected. Connect with your communities. Don't be isolated. Even if we're distancing physically, we are not socially isolated.
And finally, to the P4H Haiti staff, P4H staff, nous remen nous en pile. P4H Haiti staff, we love you so much. We are proud of you. Keep going forward. Love me, I see you that you're writing. Keep pressing forward. Ça c'est pour pays nous. This is for our country. We are going to rise. This nation is going to rise, and we are going to traverser. We're going to get past this really difficult time. Side note, thinking about teaching Haitian Creole live with you guys. If you would like some Haitian Creole live during this month that I will be in America, since I'm not traveling to Haiti, drop a comment, let me know, because I could help you apprendre créole haïtien avec moi-même. Moi capable aider ou même apprendre créole haïtien. Thinking about teaching Haitian Creole, I think I'll do it. Love you guys. God bless. Mwah!
Bye.
Bye. How do I?
Right there.
Okay.